So the first trend is your personal concierge. So the idea of, well, just looking at how brands are responding to our personal desire to be served. So the great news to start with is we can actually ditch the selfie stick. There's a startup out there called Flightographer that will hook you up with a professional photographer in different cities around the world. This photographer will then follow you around, take some pictures, show you the most status-worthy spots, so no more need to take your own photos. So I think it's really interesting, actually, all the startups that have grown out of this desire to be served. You're probably all really familiar with Deliveroo. You probably all use it. Go Butler. So their motto is whatever you want, wherever you want it. And when they launched in, I think it's 2013, within 2 hours they had to revert to a waiting list. So there definitely is a demand for this stuff. And then Lux is actually a valet parking company in San Francisco. And I guess if you're going shopping, you don't really want to waste time parking the car, you can call them up, they'll park your car, you do your shopping, and they'll come pick you up. So we can't really talk about this without mentioning Amazon. I guess the company that's obviously made its fortune out of logistics, and while the drone might not be quite a reality yet, they are again in San Francisco trialling a food delivery service. So it just makes you wonder what sectors this giant won't go into. And then we're seeing larger brands as well copying this startup behaviour. So this is Dollar Shave Club, launched, I think, again, 2010 or something. And again, it's a subscription service where you can get your shaving products monthly. And then earlier on this year, we saw Gillette launch Gillette Club. And again, a subscription service where you can get your shaving products each month. So I think what makes good customer service? So I think being where your customers are. So Domino's, again, a great brand who are really good at culturally relevant marketing. So this is anywhere. And I guess the people at Domino's really believe that you should be able to order a pizza wherever you are, whenever you like. So you're probably all really familiar with the emoji ordering, won the Cannes Titanium last year. Again, you just tweet an emoji and you get a pizza. You might be less familiar with the zero-click ordering. So the people at Domino's believe that actually one click is one click too many. So this app, you can open it up, it sets off a timer, and by the time that time is finished, you've ordered a pizza. Don't even have to press it. Okay. And then be helpful. So this is another great example. This is Volkswagen in Stockholm, and they're just trialing this idea, a new way to test drive. So you can call you can call this app wherever you are. They'll bring a Volkswagen car to you, and they'll let you drive it to whatever destination you want. So this could be a round trip, or it could literally be to get you home from work. And I think what's really nice about this is that the people at Volkswagen have really thought about how they're going to integrate their brand into your life. And then listening to your customers' needs. So these are two examples of social listening. So again, they both use Twitter. So the top one is Direct Fix from Direct Line. And they do real life and virtual fixes. And that's anything from I've laddered my tights to they claim to have fixed the UK's worst football team. And then eBay as well. So eBay Elves came about at Christmas, and again, using social listening to what people wanted for Christmas, they just responded with really relevant eBay products, and this was also supported by other editorial and creative content. But I think that was so successful for them, they've actually started to roll that out beyond the Christmas period. But I think overall what's really interesting is, especially when you're talking about customer service and we talk about it in a digital world, is this act of being human, and it's really hard to be human on scale. This is a really nice example, I don't know if you've seen it, from Visit Brussels. So if you go to the Visit Brussels website, you can actually go to a microsite where you see these phone boxes, and it's a live feed. And if you have a question, you can call these boxes, and then the people of Brussels are encouraged to answer the phone and answer your question. And I think it's just a really nice idea of engaging people with the people of the city. So that's all. I'm going to hand over to our speakers. So again, I think that this is a company who have really taken customer service to the next level. So we've got Ghost, Director of Marketing at Iceland Air, and we've got George Byrne, Founder and Chief Global Innovation Officer from the Brooklyn Brothers. They're going to talk to you about Stopover Buddy, and this is a campaign where Icelandair employees actually helped their customers make the most of their stopover in the country.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So I'm Kosk, as you can see. So in Iceland, everybody goes by the first name, also the president. So when we're going to want to get personal, we get nicknames, and that's me. I'm Kosk.
Don't tell them my nickname.
I call him Jockey.
It's nice to meet you.
Okay, so this is new for me because I'm usually doing presentations at airline shows, and it's rather boring. People, airliners with ties. I'm the only one here with a tie. and my colleague, actually. So, sort of explains it. Well, anyway, so let's get into it. Icelandair, Stopover Buddy. Well, Icelandair, it's a very small airline, first thing you need to know. 3 million passengers last year, or this year. No, sorry, last year. And we have about 30 aircraft, all 57s. We just added 2 aircraft, 67. We are placed in the middle of the Atlantic, right between North America and Europe. So actually the country splits in half between those 2 continents. And we offer the Stopover Product, which allows our customers to fly and stop in Iceland up to 7 nights. I left something out right in there. At no additional airfare. So, true or false, Icelandair have been promoting the stopover service since the 1960s. Passengers on the transatlantic route can stop over in Iceland for up to 7 nights at no additional airfare. Both of these are true, obviously. So our challenge, like I said, we're a small airline, and we're dealing with a very, very big world. Not only attention span of the customer and just getting our attention out there, but also there's a lot of airlines out there who are competing and doing exactly the same things. But what's nice about it is that even though they're bigger, they're not necessarily better. And that's where we come in. So, George.
Feels like a comedy double act, doesn't it, really? I'll definitely be the straight guy. So yeah, the key thing to Stopover, of course, is that 50% of Icelandair's traffic is flying cross-Atlantic. So, but everybody has to stop. So rather than treat Stopover as a pain, like, why would you stop when you can fly direct? We're like, if you stop on the moon, why wouldn't you get out? So what the Stopover product says is, if you're going to stop on the moon, you might as well come have some free time with us before you get back on. And for us, the key thing with that is that, whereas other airlines say, we'll give you a little bit more legroom, or we've got some kind of better Jennifer Aniston rom-coms on the TV, we say, we give you amazing time. Like, get out on the moon and come experience Iceland. So we had this proposition, which is other airlines give you miles and we give you time. And there's a guy called Joseph Pine who wrote The Experience Economy, who has been a big supporter of the initiatives that we've created together. And he wrote just, that's a pretty explicit kind of proposition about the value of experiences as a distinct economic offering. It's all about time. Like, time is the currency for so many of our lives, for so many of our businesses. Service, experience, we know the currency of time is so important when you create a premium service. But the other thing that's super important for travel is personalized and bespoke. That when you travel, the worst thing you can be is to feel like a tourist, particularly as a kind of premium traveler. And we all know the rise of businesses like Airbnb, etc. But we did this research together before we created Stopover Buddies. And it was just in our main markets like the UK. And we worked out that over £17 billion is overspent by our smart Brits whilst on holiday due to a lack of local knowledge. We make mistakes and we go, that cost me a lot of money. Whether it was the hotel or the restaurant or the flight or the car, we make expensive mistakes because we don't know. 80% of Americans admit to feel embarrassed at looking like a tourist. They shouldn't use the selfie stick then. But they should fly. Yes, so 4 out of 5 don't want to look like a tourist, even Americans. And half of travellers like to travel and chat with locals when they're even taking a short break. Like, we hate feeling like we're the mug who's a tourist in the place and being taken advantage of. Like, we want the personal and the local experience. So we figured that actually as Icelandair, if we're going to fly people to their destination, like New York or Amsterdam, and we're going to stop in the middle, didn't we have a business in helping people when they got out? Because their experience with us doesn't stop when they get off the plane. They're going to get back on and fly on. So we thought, how about if we actually created something that happened when you were in Iceland on your stopover? And we created a service called the Stopover Buddy. It's a revolution in human beings. And how does it work? What it does is it basically enables you, when you take a stopover flight with Icelandair, to book an Icelandair, you've guessed it, Stopover Buddy, in Iceland for up to a day. And the great thing about Stopover Buddies is they're all Icelandair staff. Icelandair staff are people like the rest of us. You might be surprised, but they are, even ghosts. Kinda. And they have so many passions. They love to kite surf, they love good food, they love good music, they love to jet ski. So what we did is we got all the Icelandair staff to become buddies in certain areas of passion in their lives. And then we asked people if they'd like to come share an Icelandair stopover buddy experience with them.
Yeah, so what we did is we did this campaign internally within the airline, and we put posters up when we spoke to all the employees and asked them if they would be interested in participating, and the returns were enormous, and we got I think 10 or 15% of the company coming back to us asking to be stopover buddies, and then and the outcome was quite interesting because we got people from all over the company bringing out their interests and what they really wanted to do with stopover buddies. They brought so many interesting ideas. And then we came up with, Alexandra and Unnur, one of them from Sweden, who were like hikers, and one of them on a rescue team who really wanted to show people the highlands of Iceland. And then we have Björn Hafliðarsson, who is captain with Icelandair, who wanted to go heli skiing with customers, and he did a number of those trips.
He's also an absurdly good-looking man, so he had a lot of takers.
And then even the CEO of Icelandair participated. And he was really excited about this, and we listed him out there as an adventure buddy because he's from North Iceland, which is a rather rough area in the wintertime, and he enjoys skiing and snowmobiling. So he was on the list and went with a few customers on a trip. And then we put together this website where we listed up all the buddies, and we put together videos where we explained what everybody did. We had so many types of buddies. We had a knitting buddy, we had a skiing buddy, heli skiing buddy, we had health buddy, and so forth.
Fishing buddy, of course, in Iceland.
Yes, where they would actually go together out on a fishing boat, catch the fish, go back, and actually cook the fish, and it was just great. And then we put together this hero video that we put out into the market and really pushed forward, and I want to show you that now.
You can join me here, 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 here.
Hello, my name is Birgir Gunnarsson, CEO of Icelandair. Request me or any of the other stopover buddies on icelandair.com. See you in Iceland.
So, and then another important thing that we did was to put together all these internal things. We used our own internal media to sort of bring forward the information. We put together a stopover buddy special edition to put on board, to put it in the in-flight entertainment system. We have Wi-Fi on board, so we put that into the portal where you go to buy to purchase the Wi-Fi. And we put it in the airport at the check-in, at check-in kiosk. We put it into the Saga Lounge, our lounges. And we made sure that all our customers were aware of it. And one of the challenges we had was that there was such an overwhelming requests coming in that actually people who were on a stopover, like flying through Iceland, they came to our desk and asked, you know, I want to stop now and I want to do this immediately. So some of the issues we were dealing with was that we weren't able to steer the demand, sort of.
And what we did was, just from a content perspective, we built just a huge kind of the hero hub hygiene approach to kind of winning in Google and winning in culture. So we created hero videos, we created hub videos with all the individual kind of stopover buddies. We created help videos, which told you how to book a stopover buddy. We did work with over 40 global influencers and kind of journalists. We invited them to the market. We gave them each their stopover buddy if they're into fishing, if they're into culture, if they're into food, if they're into sport. We partnered them up. So we really had the voices of the inside kind of within our campaign. And yeah, what I'm going to just do is just show you a short film of what happened.
Icelandair looks to freeze out the competition by offering the company's staff, including pilots and even the boss, as personal tour guides during transatlantic stopovers in Iceland.
Today we are launching a service where staff will be stopover buddy for one day, and I will be one of the buddies.
My name is Páll Magnús. I work as a cabin crew for Icelandair. If I were a stopover buddy, we would do some crazy things here in the south coast of Iceland.
We will go on a boat, catch some fish, cook it together, and have a great time.
We'll be exploring nature, having fun.
I would definitely give you a chance to try the mountains in winter conditions, and we'd definitely have a great time.
Icelandair has already given passengers the option to make stopovers in Iceland for up to 7 days at no additional cost. Starting this month, Icelandair will offer a stopover buddy.
We are currently on a bus with our stopover buddy guide.
I had a blast. It was so fun to meet them.
We shall watch to see if it's successful or not. Vicky, thank you so much for coming in.
It was one of those, you know, we started it in January and it was our kind of first burst of it, and we, these are the results. Like, stopover bookings are up 31% in the kind of first 4 months. We've got over £106 million worth of global coverage on a spend of less than 2. We delivered a media reach of about 2 billion, over 6 million video views, and over 3.5 kind of earned Twitter reach. And it was just an idea that caught people's imagination. But I guess what we liked about it most was definitely, you know, it got us into different verticals. It got us as a service brand rather than just a travel brand, you know. We got into culture, we got into lifestyle, we got into food, we got into music, we got into places where an airline would love to be. And, you know, that was why I think we generated the incremental booking, is we went and met people when they're in a mindset. And, you know, it's, you know, arguably, you know, there are many things which, you know, kind of people have said about it, but there's probably one thing I guess we're kind of most proud of, right?
Yes, and I think also, I mean, like I mentioned in the beginning, we're a small airline, so these results are phenomenal for us. I mean, before an airline that's 1,000 times bigger than us, it would be a bit different maybe. But again, we get feedback like this from Joe, who is actually in Iceland right now, who talks about what sort of a great way it is to connect with our guests. And that's really what is the big reward of all this, is that we actually we were able to give our customers the option to get to the core of the company, what we really stand for, who we really are. And that's sort of rewarding to not have to showcase something, but you just sort of go out there and act as yourself, and you get the rewards. So that's about how we did this. So thanks a lot for